What are some Funko Pops that we cannot believe got made? Let's talk about it.
Welcome to the Gastlecast. We're glad you're there. You get the right time. We had an all-time high. Funko's hot toys and charms don't mind. Stick around, like, comment, and be sure to subscribe because life's a little better when you answer Chris and Heather. Hey, life's a little better when you answer Chris and Heather. Hey, life's a little better when you answer Chris and Heather. And remember, at these hallowed walls, we are together. Yes.
Alright, so this video is going to be a little bit different than our normal videos. We're not talking about Funko news. We're not unboxing anything. Instead, we're going to discuss Funko Pops that we can't believe actually came to fruition.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. We don't really get to talk about a lot of stuff like this. So Heather and I have both selected Funko Pops that we just think are just so outrageous or just weird or too obscure, maybe even dark to become a Funko Pop. But we're going to point out some Funko Pops that are really out there, man. You ever seen anybody do that before? Me neither. So I'm going to start off in a really dark place. Dead children.
What the
Funko makes a lot of dead children, but they're out of like TV shows and films and stuff like that. They're not just making just dead children. I just want to clear that up. It's not weird or anything. As an example is Georgie. So Georgie is not only dead, but he's missing his arm and it's surrounded in blood. This is a really hardcore Funko Pop.
It is.
Because when people see these, they're thinking, oh my God, they're little toys, they're for kids. Iron Man, Superman, Mickey Mouse. But then you have Georgie with his arm off. I mean, there's a big difference, right?
Yeah.
And then you have these dead children. You have the Grady twins, and both of these characters have little holes in their chests.
Come and play with us, Danny.
Yeah.
We're dead here.
Yeah. But these aren't the only dead children Funko Pops. There's also Gage with Church from Pet Sematary.
Yeah, that one's really, really cool. And I have not had the chance to add him to my collection yet, but I love that pop.
Then we also have Teddy Bear Girl from Walking Dead. This is yet another dead kid. After this video, people are going to know Funko for producing dead children. There's no other company that has produced this many dead children in toy form or collectible form. I don't think.
I don't think so.
Yeah, this is a lot of dead kids. Will this video not make it to YouTube?
It might not. I mean, you're really putting it in very morbid form. You're describing it very morbidly.
It's all fake. All of it's fake. It's
They're
their
from
toys.
Movies,
They're from movies and TV. Yes, exactly. Yes. Dead children. All right, Heather, hit us with one of yours.
On a less disturbing note, we have this guy. This is Professor Quirrell. Some of you might be saying, like, why the is she choosing Professor Quirrell? He's a well-known character from Harry Potter. He was in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. He was the trembling, nervous little guy who turned out to be sort of a villain because he has a villain on the back of his head. I am shocked that they made this pop because he has a detachable turban and Voldemort is on the back of his head. It's crazy.
This is one Funko Pop that was always like really interesting to me because they went the extra mile by giving him the removable turban. What they could have done was made a version of him that had the turban on, and then they could have made another version that was like this and called it the Chase.
Yeah, where he had the head on the back.
Exactly.
But then just a turban that stayed in place.
Exactly. It was just molded on. So that's really interesting. They went the extra mile with this one, and that is really cool. So you're probably wondering, how do we go from dead kids to Professor Quirrell? Well, this video was all kinds of bonkers. How about Pennywise with a dead kid's arm in his hand? Why are all mine related to dead children?
I don't know.
Again, this is a very adult Funko Pop where Pennywise is holding an arm that's been ripped off of somebody.
A child, because we know that he brings children into the sewers.
Exactly. I'm glad you said it and I didn't. I didn't have to say it this time. So it's cool that Funko makes these. They make them for the horror community. It's cool that Funko makes stuff like this so you can put it all over your desk, all of your morbid.
Okay, so I have a couple more Walking Dead figures, one of them being Headless Herschel. Spoiler if you haven't seen The Walking Dead, but Herschel Green is a really, really sweet man, and he ends up getting his head chopped off by a villain and dies.
Say it ain't so. He died?
He died. They have a regular Funko Pop of him, but then they have Headless Herschel, and his head comes off. It has a magnet, so you can pull it on and off, at any point in time. You can display it like this or like this if you want.
This is probably one of the coolest Funko Pops ever made. But you have another one that disconnects just like this as well, don't you?
I do. And it's one of the Walking Dead ones, except it doesn't have a magnet. This is the well walker. And basically some of the people in The Walking Dead pull this guy out of a well using a rope. But as he's coming out, his body splits apart. You can see his freaking spine and his intestines. It's so grotesque and so cool. I love it. So you can display him however you want. Basically, he was laying like this on the show when they pulled him out, but you can display him where he's intact.
Or have him looking at his own butt. Maybe he likes his own butt. Look, even Herschel Green can look at his own butt.
Well, not really. He's sort of looking above his own butt. So, I mean, if you want him to look at his own butt.
Oh, perfect. Yes. Okay, perfect. Yeah. There you go. That's a perfect way of looking at their own butts.
Yeah, there we go. Look at that.
One that is really interesting to me is Tony Vresky from Die Hard. It's a dude in a chair that's dead. Like, this is a dead character.
That's sort of creepy.
Yeah, so this is after Bruce Willis kills him in the movie, and he puts him in a chair, and it says, "Now I have a gun, ho, ho, ho." This isn't a zombie. This is a dead body in a chair. Now, I know it's from a film and everything, but it's really surprising they made this. And it's from one of those collections that isn't even that big. It's the Die Hard collection, which is few and far between. But what an interesting piece to add to that collection by Funko.
And then we have Black Phillip from The Witch. That movie is very obscure.
Yes.
And this character is like very demonic to me.
It represents evil in the film. What's interesting about it is that it's not a horror film like, you know, Freddy, Nightmare on Elm Street, or Friday the 13th, or anything like that, Halloween. This is a very, like, dark, more adult-themed sort of film. And it's one of those things that kids would just be bored with. Yeah. Because it's just one of those haunting sort of horror films. It's really interesting that they made a character from the film like this. This is literally all they made. They didn't make the other characters from the film. They literally just made Black Phillip. And it makes him a little bit more haunting because he doesn't have the goat eyes. He just has the regular pop eyes, which makes him look like cuter than what he's really supposed to be from the movie. I don't know, it's weird. This dude looks like, I don't know, he has a smile on his face. One character I don't know much about, but I thought was really odd and a really interesting thing for Funko to make him Funko Pop for him is Rubber Man from American Horror Story. And I figured you could tell us more about what this character is.
He's a creepy sex guy.
Is that what it is?
Yes. He's a creepy sex guy in a gimp suit made out of rubber who is, I think he's dead. Like, okay. I think he's dead. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen him. But he pops up in a couple seasons.
Interesting.
And he's, like, really freaky.
It's a really weird character to make in Funko Pop form. You think about all these, like, kind of family fun characters, action movies, Marvel, DC, but you don't think about a guy dressed in a gimp suit. This, again, might be something only that Funko has created. It's literally not been created by any other company.
Okay, I don't want to be a show-off, but my Syringe Finger Freddy is signed. I don't want to pull him out because I have, like, all the authenticity stuff in him. He straight up has drug fingers.
That's the only way you could put it.
Yeah, I mean, he literally, as he has these syringes on his finger, he tells this woman, "Let's get high," and then he kills her with his drug fingers.
His drug fingers. I
Yes.
love that. Drug fingers. I can understand this one more than I can understand a lot of the others that we've talked about, like on our list. But the fact that he does have syringes as fingers, that's pretty hardcore. One that was a shocker to me was Papa Emeritus from Ghost, which is a band with a lead singer that's a satanic pope. So this was something created by Reese O'Brien, the head artist guy over at Funko, really great guy. He came up with all of the Ghost Funko Pops, and thank God that he did, because the Ghost band is one of our favorites, and we love now that we can own our very own Funko Pops from the band because they look amazing. Like, all of their outfits are really cool. Like, their whole style is really neat and very interesting. And I'm glad that they did make them in Funko Pop form, but this is something that has this ultra hardcore satanic backing to it. But this is a really cool Funko Pop. If you love Ghost, this is one that you definitely need to add to your collection. But yeah, it's really, really odd that Funko made something like this in Funko Pop form, but it's amazing. So a couple of Funko Pops that are really off the wall. This squirrel pool, which is really interesting and odd and very obscure and strange and really great. Like, I love this thing. It's by the way, it's flocked. Funko made this, and it's awesome. They made this, and then the other Marvel Funko Pop that's really obscure and weird is the Jeffrey the Giraffe as Iron Man, which now they've made Jeffrey the Giraffe as Batman, and I think Superman as well.
I think Robin,
Was it
too,
Robin?
right?
Yeah, they made him into a bunch of different characters. Basically, they take the body of the character and just put a Jeffrey the Giraffe head on top of it. These are really great, though. I like them. I think that they're fun. They're different. And I hope they continue to make very obscure things.
The one thing that shocks me about this is that they went all out and they made him 10 inches and flocked him.
I know, it's amazing. It's great that Funko does stuff like this because it mixes things up. It's not the same old bland. Every once in a while, you get a squirrel dressed as Deadpool.
And last but not least, one of my personal favorites is Dead Gustavo Fring from Breaking Bad. So if you didn't watch Breaking Bad, excellent show, highly recommend watching it. Spoiler alert, Gus Fring dies eventually, and he gets half his fucking face blown off.
Yes, he did, and it's one of the most amazing scenes in television history. The Breaking Bad set, by the way, is an amazing set.
It really is. And another one from that set that's sort of crazy that they made is the Blue Crystal Heisenberg, because he's f***ing meth.
Yeah, it's a big piece of meth that looks like Walter White. So what did you think of our list of I cannot believe Funko did that? We'd love to know all that and more in the comment section down below.
Tell us some of your picks for this list.
In every video, we like to shout out to some of our patrons for Patreon. In this video, we'd like to shout out to You Muffed Up, Floridian Nerd Channel, Jonesin for Funko, Ultra Maximus, Simon Crook, The Pop Maven, Kyle O'Brien, Dylan Nakashima, Casey Hullett, and Keith Matthews. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons from Patreon. You guys rock.
And don't forget, head on over to poppinofftoys.com for all your Funko Pop, Funko Soda, and Funko Mystery Mini needs. They've got it all. poppinofftoys.com.
All right, it's that time again. Remember, as always, we hunt together, yes. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.